balance this camera. There we go. How's that, folks? Jennifer McCreath. It is now 1:13 in the morning, September 25th, 2013. Yes, I am wearing my business suit still, just so you can tell. Can't really get a good camera angle. Whoa. So we had an election here in the city of St. John's last night. First time ever. My name was on the ballot. I came in struggling to find even two people willing to nominate me. I dropped out of the race because of that. Amazingly enough, a couple days later, there was a bit of an outcry and people wanted me on the ballot, and I found myself nominated. 2 days after that, a poll was put out saying that I only had 7%, which is understandable. I mean, I just put my name on the ballot. Nobody knew who I was. I hadn't started campaigning. I worked my butt off for 28 days. Spent a lot of my own money. Traveled all over the city. Put together 100 of those darn election signs, which I said I didn't really want to have to get. Put a lot of money into paper pamphlets, which I personally signed and dropped off at doorsteps all over the city. It's a big city, by the way. Had a lot of great door knocks. Talked to a lot of people. People I never knew existed. People who never knew I existed. Had lovely conversations about the issues that are close to their heart in this city. So nobody wants to lose, but when you're coming into an election against an opponent as good as Ron Ellsworth, former city councillor, former deputy mayor, successful businessman, does a lot of great community work, well liked, well loved, well respected. Very tough person to go up against, no matter who you are. Still thought I had a chance to win. I mean, I knew Ron had about 28,000 votes, which he ended up getting. I knew I wasn't going to get any of those votes away from him. But I also knew there were about 45 to 50,000 votes out there. People who never voted before, or people who voted against Ron in the last election. So I guess the challenge became, how do I reach these people? And how do I convince them that they need to vote, that they need to vote for me? Well, it takes a lot of hard work. All this talk about Twitter and Facebook and social media, well, guess what? Most of the people are not following that, at least in terms of the election coverage. The majority of my outreach took place face-to-face conversations. I attended events hosted by various organizations. I will say this about Ron Ellsworth. I was a little disappointed. He did not attend the Happy City debate, and he refused to go on CBC radio to interview alongside myself and the host. Ron, you were going to win this thing from the get-go. Shying away from a debate with me, I'm not really sure I understand why you did that. I recognize that it would have been unnecessary for you to do that. You were going to win anyway, but I'm telling you folks, I could have out-debated him, and it just bugs me that people they don't want to take that chance. And I don't know what that says about people. My goal all along was not necessarily to win this seat. My goal was to get the best deputy mayor candidate elected, and to do so by putting myself out there, responding to every question, talking to the media, filling out quizzes and surveys, and you name it. I got pounced, trounced. Everybody sent me surveys. I spent probably 45 hours filling out questions and answering everybody's emails, returning phone calls, going out to visit constituents that requested a visit. I guess another interesting concept here, it's no secret that after I came out publicly and went through my sex change to become Jennifer, I lost a very good job, a supposedly safe and secure job, the provincial government. Went through several job interviews since then, unhireable at that level. Got a job as a file clerk. 3 years later I get laid off and I get put over into a call center. Then I win not one but two job competitions for analyst level work. And there's still something hidden in there that allows them to say, no, we're not hiring Jennifer McCreath. Well, guess what, provincial government? 5,725 people picked me, and this is essentially a job competition. It's technically a part-time role, but it pays $51,000. This is a full-time paying job. People picked me, 5,700 people said, we want Jennifer McCreath to be our deputy mayor. We even like her so much for this job over Mr. Ellsworth. So that's the hope. I know the provincial government seems out to get me. They don't want to give me a good job at that level. I'm hoping that there's someone else out there. That's part of the reason I did this, to raise my profile, get my skill sets, my experiences, my vision, my passion, my ideas. What I've been told is a very articulate speaking style out there. If you run a business, you're looking for an analyst, get in touch. Let's talk. I'm also looking to expand my network of volunteer nonprofit work. I'm much more than sex and gender, more than marathon running, more than animal rights. I'm now aware of so many issues going on in the city. We've got cell tower building proposals that are upsetting people. We've got industrialized work going on in residential areas that shouldn't be happening. I'm now very keenly clued in and aware of what's going on in this city. I know what the issues are. It's been a great learning experience, a lot of fun. It's put me $3,000-4,000 in the hole. It's definitely not good when you're already in debt. I already owe the bank probably about 20 grand, but it is what it is. I mean, I hope this proves to be a worthwhile experience for me, and I hope I represented people from my demographics well. A lot of transgender people never have the opportunity to do something like this, and I'd like to hope I've represented the community very well. With all the media I've gotten, I've been on television, radio, newspapers. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I know some politicians have victory speeches and losing speeches. This isn't really either. This is just me reflecting, I guess, on what happened. To have 17% of the electorate vote for you for this position, I think that's impressive. And of course, the big question, Jennifer, is what's next? Are you going to run again? Well, the last thing on my mind right now is the 2017 municipal election. Did I enjoy running? Yes. Would I do this again? Sure. Will I do it again? Hard to say. Right now I got to focus on my present. I have a temp assignment that's scheduled to expire in what will now be the second time in this calendar year that I've had a temp assignment expire. The last one saw me turfed out of an organization I'd worked hard for 3 years. I took advantage of a bumping protocol which allowed me to take advantage of my seniority, but I ended up somewhere completely different, doing a completely different type of work that, to be quite frankly honest, it's not the type of work I want to be doing. I think I'm capable of doing more, and I hope there's someone out there watching this video that agrees. If I do get extended, I'll stick with it there, but I'm looking to be taken seriously. I'm a senior analyst in my past. I've done management level work professionally and in the volunteer nonprofit world. I want to manage somewhere, something. And if it's not, sadly, if it's not here in Newfoundland, it's going to have to be somewhere else. I love this place, but if the jobs aren't here, I'm going to have to look for the jobs. I need a better job. I need to get out of debt. I've got goals, I've got wants, I've got needs, I've got aspirations. A lot of people are saying, Jen, if you can get 5,700 votes in a place like Newfoundland, you could probably get triple or quadruple that in a more open-minded city that's full of diversity like Toronto or Vancouver. So if politics is in my future, I need to think carefully about that. Sadly, there still is discrimination out here. We don't see trans people protected in human rights codes. We've got a gay community that's not very supportive towards trans women, and lots for me to think about. We're right back to where we've been before. Is this the right place for me to live, or should I be moving somewhere else? I really like it here, but at the same time, this is just yet another another failing experience. It hasn't resulted in good quality employment, because ultimately you gotta have a good job to pay the bills, and I'm struggling to pay those bills. And anyway, Jennifer McCreath, now a former deputy mayor candidate. It'll go in the history books. It's in the archives. Perhaps the most votes ever garnished by a trans-identified person in the history of Canada in an election at any level. I don't know for sure if that's true. St. John's, you elected a bunch of old boys. You kept a lot of the same people. I kept hearing a lot of people complaining. Well, look yourself in the mirror. If this city council does not work for you over the next 4 years, you can blame yourself, because you voted them in there. I feel proud that I stepped up to the plate and offered an alternative. Our deputy mayor was scheduled to be acclaimed until the last minute when I said, wait a minute, I am going on this ballot. And you had a choice, St. John's, and you made that choice. I respect it and I accept it. But I don't want to hear anybody bitching or complaining when Ron Ellsworth or any of the other people in there do something you don't like. Anyway, enough of that. It's getting late. I gotta settle down. Got a day job to go to tomorrow, bright and early, so thanks everyone for watching this video. To all the people who supported me, only had a couple small checks come my way. The campaign fundraising never really got off the ground. There was a couple proactive donations. Thank you so much. The rest of it, which is more than 90%, is coming out of my own pocket, so we're gonna have to find some money somewhere. If it's get another job or work some overtime or sell some of my assets, get myself out of debt. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out tomorrow. Anyways, everybody, and to those people who did vote for me, 5,725 people, you have no idea. I am completely flattered. I'm completely honored, and that you people would put your trust in me to do a job of that level. I'm very, very excited about that. It gives me faith and hope that my future will be bright, and it's definitely something I'm going to be putting a positive spin on, something I'll be building upon as we move forward. Anyway, let's say goodbye to the election sign. The fun part comes. I can't even see it. If I could stand up. Oh my, elect Jennifer McCreath, Deputy Mayor, votejennifer.info. I will keep that website alive for a while yet. Probably going to write a book. I'm going to do something to document this experience. Election signs out there. I'm going to have to tear them all down probably in the next couple days and decide what we do with them. I'm rambling on now, so we will say goodnight, and thank you very much for watching.